Hi, I'm Henry. I'm 33. The oldest. The steady one. The guy you call when the car won't start, when the babysitter cancels, when the bills sneak up like they always do. I manage a big box store on night rotation. I know exactly how many pallets fit down aisle 9, and which of my teenage stalkers will call out 5 minutes before their shift pretending their cousin got stuck in a closet. I'm the guy who fixes things. Who never says no. Until one Saturday I said no. That was the day my sister pounded on my door like it was a fire alarm and tossed a diaper bag onto my couch like it was a live grenade. "You're babysitting," she said. Not asking. Not checking. Just declaring. "For what?" I asked, already knowing. "Our family vacation." She grinned. "The one we've been planning since March." "You mean the one I paid for?" Behind her, my mom slipped in like a storm front, already armed with the lines she'd been practicing in the car. "Son," she said, sharp and bright, "maybe someday you'll earn the right to join us on vacations. For now, do your part." I stood there in my own doorway, sneakers paid off, rent current, half a shift's sleep behind me, trying to process the speedrun of audacity I just watched. 3 kids. A diaper bag bleeding wipes. A cracked tablet blaring cartoons. "I manage a store," I said. "I work tonight." "You can swap," Mom said like it was a board game. "You always swap." "I swapped last week for her dentist." "I swapped last month so my sister could go out for drinks." Like a real adult. Then my sister looked up from her phone. "Step up," she said, "or get out." So I got out. I picked up the diaper bag with 2 fingers like it was biohazard, dropped it back into her arms, and said the words I should have said years ago. "I'm not your sitter." The door clicked shut behind them. What no one expected, what even I didn't expect, was what would happen next. Because what started as a boundary turned into a reckoning. I stood in my suddenly quiet apartment, the scent of baby wipes and grape juice still clinging to the air like guilt. But the guilt didn't hit. Not like it used to. No crashing wave of "how dare you." No replay reel of "you're selfish." Just quiet. And that quiet felt like a clean floor. I opened my laptop. Pulled up the spreadsheet I'd been keeping for 2 years. Titled it Family. Every transfer, every favor, every "I'll pay you back after taxes." Lie. $11,742. 68. That's what the vacation cost. Flights, hotel, suite upgrade, kids' club passes, the first-class lounge access my sister had to have because kids will melt without muffins. I told myself it was okay because I was helping. Because I'd get paid back. I never got paid back. I pulled up the hotel reservation. All booked under my name. My card. My login. All changeable until midnight. I paused. Then I started typing. Step 1. I removed my credit card as the primary payment method. Added a prepaid card with a strict limit. Left the reservation intact. Changed the check-in time to after 6 p.m. Petty? Maybe. But still kind. They could still stay, just not charge $48 grilled cheese sandwiches to me. Step 2. I canceled the lounge access add-on. Refund went straight to my card. Step 3. I opened the family group chat. Took screenshots of every "You're the best, we'll pay you back," and "Henry handles it" message. I didn't blast them. I didn't post them. I saved them to a folder called Receipts. Then I waited. At 9:10 a.m., my phone buzzed. My sister. SIS, where's the lounge code? MOM, we're at security. Kids tired. Send the code now. Me, lounge access cancelled. Refund to my card. Have a safe flight. Nothing for 60 seconds. Then, SIS, is this a joke? Me, no joke. We'll discuss repayment when you get back. Muted the thread. Made eggs. Cleaned the sticky spot on the couch. Put on cartoons low volume. Not for them. For me. At 10:30 my aunt called. I let it ring. At 10:33 my cousin texted. You okay? Me, I didn't cancel the trip. I just changed who pays for the perks. The phone stayed quiet. At noon, I left early for my shift. There's something grounding about a store on a weekend afternoon, like a factory of normalcy. I signed off on a pallet of paper towels. Helped a woman find light bulbs. Watched a teenage cashier try to flirt with a guy buying nothing but frozen pizza and allergy meds. And at 2:14, the social media photos started rolling in. My sister under a glowing arch that said first-class boarding. My mom with a champagne flute. My nephews licking pastries. Not one tag. Not one thank you. Just captions like, manifesting good times. And we deserve this. Sure. Meanwhile, the man who paid for it was fixing a wobbling cart in aisle 4. And grinning. At 6:47 p.m., the text changed tone. SIS, what's the hotel card on file? They said there's a limit, and won't take it for the damaged deposit. Me, the deposit's refundable. Use your card. You'll get it back. SIS, we don't have room. Transfer it. Me, no. Silence. 10 minutes. 20. Then came the new favorite phrase. SIS, think of the children. Me, I'm also thinking of the man who paid for this trip. 3 dots. Vanished. At 9:18, my assistant manager knocked on the office door. You good? She asked. Why? You're smiling. Like, peacefully. That's suspicious. I hadn't even noticed. Close to midnight, my phone buzzed again. A photo this time, blurry, dim, airport chairs. Kids curled in a lump, asleep in oversized hoodies. My sister's caption. We had to downgrade. No hotel tonight. Hope you're happy. I stared at it. Felt something climb up my throat. Guilt? Maybe. But not like before. Not the drowning kind. More like smoke from a match that's already burned out. I typed. Me, I'm sorry the kids are caught in this. You can still check in tomorrow. Let me know when you want to talk about repayment and boundaries. No answer. I drove home on quiet streets. Slept 5 hours straight without waking once. That's a record. Next morning, I made coffee. I opened receipts. I added the latest messages. And then I did something I'd never done in 33 years. I wrote out terms. Like a real adult. Not the default helper. Not the background fix-it guy. A person with limits. Repayment plan. $500 per month until balance is zero. Childcare terms. 72 hours notice. Paid. Clear end time. Behavior clause. No insults. No. Earn the right. Jabs. Enforcement. If these terms are broken, I pause all support for 90 days. I didn't print it to drop like a contract. I printed it so I could see it. On paper. Not in my head. Later that day, I got a DM. From one of my sister's friends. A video. My sister in a hotel bathroom, whisper yelling into the camera like it was an interrogation light. He cancelled our lounge passes. She hissed. Took back his money like he owns us. Just because he has a job doesn't make him better. He's our brother. Not our boss. The comments were a split vote. Some clapped. Some called me heartless. One said, sounds like he's setting boundaries. Finally. I hearted that one. Quietly. On day 2, they made it to the hotel. Day 3, my mom posted sunrise photos like nothing happened. Day 4, my sister shared a picture of the kids burying each other in the sand. Caption, when life knocks you down, put your toes in the beach. No mention of whose card bought the sand. Fine. I didn't need credit. I needed change. Day 5, while they were still gone, I did one more thing. Moved my emergency savings to a new bank. Changed every password, email, streaming, even the one for the family Hulu. Then I sent one last message. Me, when you get back, let's meet. Sunday 3 p.m. My place. No kids. Let's make it concrete. SIS travel day. Exhausted. You come to us. Me, no. My place. My table. If you want my involvement, you sit with me. No answer. I set 2 chairs anyway. Made coffee. Laid out the printed terms like a menu. At 3:22, the knock came. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just there. I opened the door to see them both, my sister, sunburned with her sunglasses still perched like a crown, and my mom, clutching a tote bag like it contained dignity. No kids. No smiles. Just the exhausted, deflated silence of two people who knew the game was different now. Can we sit? My sister asked, not quite a question. We sat. I slid the paper across the table, between the coffee and the awkward. My mom picked it up like it might be contagious. What's this? Boundaries, I said. And a repayment plan. My sister scoffed so hard it bounced off the walls. We told you we'd pay you back. When? I asked. She opened her mouth. Closed it. Fidgeted. After taxes. It's July. Silence. I pointed to the paper. $500 a month. Until it's done. We can automate it. No chasing. No guilt. She blinked like I'd spoken in Morse code. We don't have $500 a month. You have lash appointments, I said before I could stop myself. Then I caught it. That was mean. Sorry. Let's be real. If you can't afford $500, you couldn't afford first class. Her eyes narrowed. Don't tell me how to live. Then don't use my card to do it. We sat in that sharp air. The fridge hummed. A distant neighbor vacuumed like they were angry. Then my mom leaned back, arms crossed like a judge on a budget. We raised you to help your family? No, I said quietly. You raised me to disappear. That one landed. Not a punch. A truth. Heavy, unblinking. My mom flinched, not much, but enough to feel. My sister stared at the paper like it might sprout teeth. Okay, she said, dragging the word like a rock. What if we do $200 for 3 months, then build to $400, then $500? I nodded. That's a start. She reached for the pen. Her hand trembled, not a lot, just enough to say this wasn't easy. She signed. Didn't look at me. Looked at the paper like the table itself might judge her. My mom didn't sign. She pushed the paper back with one finger like it had cooties. I'm not part of this, she said. You're part of the insults, I said. And if I ever hear earn the right again, I leave the conversation. Every time. No more warnings. She stood like she was being evicted. You kids think you invented boundaries. No, I said. We just finally figured out how to use them. She left. No door slam. Just exit. My sister lingered. I'll try, she said. Quiet. Simple. Like a dare she was making to herself. I believed her. Not because of the signature. Because of the way she looked when she said it, tired, unguarded, ready. And that's when something shifted. Not everything. Not forgiveness or trust or hugs and pancakes. But enough. The first repayment came on the 1st of the month. $200. No note. Just 3 emojis, a money bag, a heart, and a tiny tornado. I screenshotted it and filed it in receipts, not to gloat, but to remember. That change doesn't show up with balloons and a marching band. Sometimes it's just $200 in your bank account, and no one screaming at you. 2 weeks later, my sister texted. Asias, can you watch the kids Saturday? 10-1. I'll pay $60 and bring food. I read it twice. Money. A clear time. And bless her, even notice. Me, yes. 10-1. She showed up at 9:55. Bag of breakfast tacos in one hand, a crumpled $20 and 2 tens in the other. Counted it out like rent. I almost said, don't worry about it. But I didn't. I took the cash. Dropped it into the new jar by the microwave labeled Kid Chaos Fund. It felt weird. Also right. The kids were amazing for 2 hours and complete gremlins for 1. The baby drooled on my sock. The oldest declared I was Captain Pickle. For reasons still unknown. At 1:03, she came back breathless, cheeks pink, holding a receipt from the nail place. A fill, not a full set. Progress. She hugged me, quick, awkward, sideways. Thanks. After they left, my apartment smelled like syrup and sweat and weirdly, glitter. But it didn't feel invaded. It felt like I'd just done a shift I chose. Like an uncle. Not a fallback. That night, Mom posted a quote on Facebook. Something about, honoring thy parents is never optional. No names. I didn't bite. I watched a dumb movie and didn't share my login. At work, I stopped saying yes to every emergency shift. I told my assistant manager to take the lead on the ANCAP reset, and then, I don't know, actually let her. She crushed it. I took a Saturday night and went to a minor league baseball game by myself. Ate an overpriced hot dog. Sent a picture of the fireworks to no one. Sometimes, the emptiness crept in. But it didn't drown me. I cooked. I wrote. I slept. 1 month turned to 2. The transfers kept coming. Sometimes late. Sometimes split in 2. Sometimes with a sorry. Sometimes with silence. Each time, I responded with just a thumbs up. Not, no problem. Not, we're good. Just a small green light that we were still on the road. And then one morning, I saw a sale on kids' shoes at the store. I snapped a pic. Texted my sister. If you want, I can ring them with my employee discount. You can pay me later. Or not. Your call. She sent back a photo of the middle kid doing a thumbs up so big it covered half his face. I didn't cry. But I had been cutting onions. Even though I don't cook with onions. About a month later, Mom called. Just her name on the screen. No emergency group thread. No voicemail threat. Just Mom. I stared at the phone like it might do a trick. Then answered. Your Aunt Elma's birthday is Sunday, she said. You should come. It would mean a lot to her. That was it. No hook. No. And can you bring soda and fix the sink? Just an ask. Okay, I said. I'll swing by after my shift. Sunday came. I showed up in my work hoodie, carrying a half-wilted plant from the store's clearance rack. The house smelled like deviled eggs and powdered sugar and tension on low simmer. When I walked in, Mom handed me a plate before she handed me a lecture. Progress. We didn't talk about the trip. Or the lounge passes. Or the hotel night in purgatory. She asked how work was. Mentioned church. Told a long story about the neighbor's new cat and its mysterious vendetta against wind chimes. It was weird. And nice. When I left, she stood at the door like she wanted to say something else and didn't. Just waved. In the car, my phone buzzed. A text. From her. 2 words. Thank you? I screenshotted it. Not for revenge. Just for proof. That even the hardest people can move an inch. Not a mile. But still, an inch. Back at work, things started shifting too. I stopped jumping at every fire. Let my assistant manager handle a floor display without hovering. I gave the new hire space to figure out the labeling system without barking reminders. Turns out, the store didn't fall apart. Neither did I. One night, I told the cashier to go take their legally mandated break without apologizing. They blinked like I'd grown a second head. Then smiled. And I realized something. I wasn't just setting boundaries with my family. I was finally setting them with everyone. Including myself. I started cooking more. Basic stuff. Boxed pasta. Roasted vegetables. Chicken I didn't burn. I slept better. Phone on Do Not Disturb at 10. No buzzing guilt threads. No middle of the night, emergency, sit requests. Just quiet. And when the quiet got too loud, I let it. That's a boundary too. 1 month became 3. The payments kept coming. Sometimes late. Sometimes short. But they came. Each time, I'd send a thumbs up. Not to say, all is forgiven. Just to say I saw it. We're still trying. And one night, when my sister texted, can you watch the kids Saturday? 4 to 8. $20 per hour. Pizza included. I stared at it. Then typed. Me, yes. 4 to 8. I wasn't saying yes because I had to. I was saying yes because I could. That Saturday, she showed up at 3:55 p.m. Right on time. Two of the kids were already in pajamas, probably for survival reasons. The baby had a juice box in one hand and a sock in the other. She handed me a wrinkled 20, a crisp 10, and a Ziploc bag of carrot sticks like it was currency. "I'll be back by 8, she said. "No later." "I promise." And she was. 7:58 on the dot. She had a new nail color, light gray, nothing flashy, and a bag of chicken nuggets still warm from the heat sleeve. "Thought you might be hungry." I wasn't. I ate 3 in front of her anyway. The kids hugged me like I was a theme park ride. The baby smushed a cracker into my shirt and yelled, "H-E-N," like I was being summoned for battle. When they left, the apartment smelled like marker caps and chicken grease. But I didn't feel wrung out. I felt like family. Not the wallet. Not the babysitter on demand. Not the invisible backbone. Just an uncle. I cleaned the couch. I opened a window. Then I looked at the fridge, at the family sheet I'd made, still tacked up next to the grocery list. I added 3 new lines under it. Sister offered to pay without being asked. Mom said thank you and meant it. Kids laughed without turning the living room into a war zone. Small victories. But stacked up, they looked like change. That night, Mom posted another vague Facebook quote. Something about children who forget the hands that fed them. No tags. I didn't bite. Didn't even flinch. Instead, I folded laundry. That, too, was a boundary. On Tuesday, my sister texted. SIS, drop everything. Emergency. I froze. Felt the old familiar weight climb into my chest like an old friend with bad breath. But I breathed. Then typed. Me, I can do 6 to 8. $20 per hour. Let me know. She called me. Didn't yell. Didn't guilt. Okay, she said. See you at 6? That's how I knew. It wasn't perfect. But it was real. We were changing. Messy. Honest. Trying. And I wasn't their sitter anymore. I was their brother. 3 months later, my fridge had 2 new photos, one of the kids at the park, mid-jump, blurry with joy, and one of my sister handing me a pizza box with her hand just barely brushing mine. Not dramatic, not posed. Just a moment that said, we're both still here. Underneath them, the old family spreadsheet. Now color-coded. Debt shrinking. Payments steady. The Kid Chaos Fund jar was half full, coins, crumpled bills, a drawing the middle one made of me as a superhero named Uncle Hen. It had a cape. And a barcode scanner. One Friday night, I took a shift off. Not because I was sick. Not because someone begged. Just because I wanted to. I went to a cheap lake cabin an hour out. Bad coffee, good silence. No screaming kids. No group chat buzz. Just a beat-up doc, a paperback mystery, and a phone face down for once. That's what peace looked like, boring and deliberate. When I got home, there was a note under my door. Made dinner. Didn't want you to come home to nothing. Left it in the fridge. S. Inside, chicken, rice, vegetables. Not DoorDash. Not frozen. Real food. She tried. I ate half. Left the other half for lunch. We didn't need to have a dramatic family reunion. We just needed this. Effort. Quiet consistency. Later that week, she sent me a meme of a chaotic toddler jumping into a bowl of spaghetti. Caption, your nephew, 20 minutes into babysitting. I laughed harder than I should have. I replied, $20/hour. Spaghetti fee extra. She sent back a gif of a cartoon wallet screaming. Progress. One day, my mom stopped by without asking for anything. Just sat. Drank coffee. Asked how my job was. Then looked around the apartment and said, You've made this place really yours. I almost teared up. Almost. But I just nodded. Yeah. I like it. She didn't mention the beach trip. Or taxes. Or who earned what. She just said, You coming to Elma's again this year? Yeah, I said. I'll bring the good paper plates. She smiled. It didn't feel like a weapon. Later that night, I cleaned up grape juice from under the table and realized something. I don't mind the mess, when it's on my terms. I don't mind giving, when it's chosen. And I don't need to be the man of the house. I just need to be the man of my house. Love, in this family, is no longer measured by exhaustion or overdrafts or how quietly you disappear. It's measured by breakfast tacos, firm rates, shared laughter, and the courage to say no. Respect, it turns out, isn't something you earn. It's what you build, one boundary at a time. And when I see my nephews now, charging at me like I'm the final boss in a candy video game, yelling, "HEN! Like I'm still magic?" I smile. Because I am. But only on weekends. By appointment. Paid. In full.